So good evening, Vice Chancellor Lampe, Dean Short, respected faculty, fellow students, and guests. I'm honored to be speaking on behalf of the 2012 spring graduates of the University of Wisconsin-Fond du Lac. For some, this may be the final step in your educational journey, and for many others, this may only be the beginning. Either way, we have much to celebrate. It is my intention this evening to do my very best not to bore you to tears. But if I do, I apologize in advance. And I think I better apologize in advance if I begin to cry. During my first semester on campus, I had to give a commencement speech for Professor Gustin's Intro to Public Speaking class. And I'm really happy that I did. I learned some valuable lessons in the art of public speaking. And I've used those techniques while developing my speech for tonight. But I've also utilized a very important academic skill, cutting and pasting. Yep, that's right, recycling my previous work in an effort to be resourceful and efficient. One method I am certain to use as I continue my education. When I made the decision to return to school after 30 years of raising children and building a career, I was apprehensive. My thoughts fluctuated from excitement to anxiety. I had always planned on receiving a college education, but taking those first steps after such a long time was challenging and just a little bit scary. I began to think, how would I be received by the other students? Would I be able to retain the information I was being taught? What will the professors think of someone my age just beginning their educational path? And would they value my thoughts and opinions? One of my biggest concerns, would I be able to pass a math class? Thankfully, I passed 3 of them. I was happy to find that I wasn't the only other student over the age of 45, that the professors did value my opinion, and the other students were welcoming, energetic, and reminded me very much of my own children. I'm sure each of you had your own doubts and fears as you entered this new direction in life. Tonight, it is time to recognize our efforts and to be proud. I know I am proud of all of you, as along the way, I've often felt like I was everyone's mother, except for you, Jeff. He knows what I mean. As I reflect back on the last 2 years, I feel we have earned the right to be filled with a sense of accomplishment and pride. The people on this campus who have embraced and supported us have transformed what was once apprehension and anxiety into a comfortable, caring, and safe environment. Our campus generates connections and confidence while evoking contemplation. I personally will never forget the beautiful acreage and ponds, the little turtles that lay on the logs soaking up the sun, the small class sizes that gave way for open and honest discussion, and the fantastic professors who patiently pushed us forward. There are a few other things that make our campus special, like the convenience of Culver's, the gusting northerly winds slapping us awake on a cold winter's morning, the local high schoolers doing naughty stuff in our stairwells, word got out, believe me. And let's not forget the dead June bugs in the science building hallway. But what really makes our campus special are the students, faculty, staff, and administration who are here to meet our needs and support us. There were many opportunities for us to grow and share our talents, not just in the classroom, but also through student life activities. Students organized Dancing in the Commons in March, giving gifts to soldiers overseas, building homes for Habitat for Humanity over spring break, receiving free chair massages during midterms, celebrating diversity through Fiesta Hispana and the International Experience, cleaning up campus on Earth Day, showcasing student artwork through Art Momentum, and even philosophizing at noon on Thursdays, just to name a few. These social activities allowed us to have fun while in the midst of learning, but they did not happen on their own. It took planning, it took time, it took ideas, but most importantly, it took us. And of course, there were many opportunities for growth and learning while in the classroom. But I don't really want to talk about those. Just kidding. But seriously, with each course we took, and every paper we wrote, and every math problem we solved, or in my case, didn't solve, we developed new skills, we increased our knowledge, and took one step closer to reaching our goals. The quality of education we received here at UW-Fond du Lac has been just as rigorous, intense, and life-altering as any other campus in the country. I hope you found the professors as enlightening, the discussions as engaging, and the concepts as thought-provoking as I did. If not, it's because you were sleeping. Whether your time was spent in the theater, and from what I hear, those of you who spent time in the theater spent lots of time in the theater, or in the art department, in the gymnasium, or in the corner of the commons playing video games, we all appeared to have found a comfortable spot to call home. In a sense, we became family. We've shared meals, revealed thoughts, and sometimes we just lose ourselves in an attempt to get through the hardships of the day. The new friends we have made and the partnerships we have formed can never be taken away. It's now up to you to continue building new connections, to create new works, or maybe to spend your summer playing video games. But whatever path you choose, it is up to you to take what you've learned and put it to good use. And it's up to you to continue to influence the world around you. Change is constant, and the faculty and staff on campus have helped to open our minds to this reality. Over the last 2 years, we've seen or heard about events that have significantly affected the world around us, and perhaps sometimes it was maybe just a little too close. The political environment in Wisconsin changed drastically, and with this change came a flood of protest. In 2011, the Japan earthquake and tsunami left a nation devastated by disaster. Every day, the earth seems to get just a little bit smaller, and events like this have an impact on all of us. Closer to home and to our hearts was the news of the tragic car accident involving 9 Campbellsport teens. It is the loss of young lives that make us consider what is truly important in life. Family, friends, and health should always be on the top of your list. Now, I would feel remiss if I didn't offer just a little bit of advice this evening, because as a mother, this tends to come naturally for me. So it is with this in mind that I would like to share with you some of the messages I've given my own children as they have grown into amazing young adults. I found that many of the skills we value and I taught my kids were beneficial to me as a student, and I believe they will be even more important as we continue to grow and challenge ourselves in our future endeavors. Now, this is the part that I cut and pasted from my old commencement speech, with just a little tweaking. Professor Peterson always told us a good writer always edits. So, as you go through life, take advantage of the times when you can try something new, meet new people, or propel yourself out of your comfort zone. As a parent of 6 kids, I've learned to accept and applaud the difference in others, but by reaching out and learning about someone else, someone from a different socioeconomic status, ethnicity, age, or background, you can begin to learn so much more about yourself. This should be a time of discovery, a time to evaluate your beliefs and perceptions of others, a time to reflect on who you are as a person. Open your mind and your heart when facing those less fortunate than you. You may never know how much they have to offer, or whether or not you could end up in the same circumstances that they are in. Generally, it is fear and ignorance that leads people away from reaching out to others. Educate yourself. Educate those around you. Respect and accept that we are all different, but remember, we are also the same. Find something to be passionate about. Be creative. Take risks. Never, ever allow anyone to put you down. And always, always find the good in people and the good within yourself, because you are valuable. You hold worth, you are unique. Each of you has so much to offer. I was looking for a quote that would capture the message I was trying to deliver today, and I couldn't find one, so I asked my son Joey, and he gave me this one. He told me it's from Bruce Lee, and so when you say it, you have to talk like Bruce Lee. So even though I know I'm going to fail, I'm going to try anyway. The key to immortality, he demonstrated this for me, is living a life worth remembering. See, I told you I'd fail. I'll restate that in my own voice. The key to immortality is living a life worth remembering. The only person who can make your life great is you. Never depend on someone else to make your life worth remembering. So now I feel I need to address the issue of zombies in the audience. The young man who gave me that quote, my youngest son Joey, will be biking from California to Maine this summer to raise funds for the Arthritis Foundation. Joey was diagnosed at the age of 3 with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, and it has impacted his life in many ways. Tonight he's holding a fundraiser in Fond du Lac. He's having a zombie pub crawl where I will be going immediately after our commencement. My family members didn't want to waste time between events, so they decided to attend the ceremony as zombies. I myself seriously contemplating attending our commencement in full zombie gear, makeup and all, as I know many of you would have liked that. I thought I could even write my speech around the idea of zombies, and it seemed like my creative writing class, all we did was talk about zombies. But my daughters changed my mind. When I asked them if I should do it, one of them said to me, "Now, Mom, don't you think you're going to be old, decrepit, and morbid looking soon enough?" So I decided not to. So if you see some zombies walking Main Street tonight, just know it's for a good cause, that the zombie apocalypse is here in Fond du Lac, but they are kind and generous zombies. So tonight I ask you to never forget those who are kind and generous to you, those who you allow into your heart, and those who care about you. Remember to thank them and to let them know how much you appreciate their love and support. As for myself, I would like to let my children know that by being their mom, I learned more each day with every smile, every tear, every sigh of frustration, how important one person can be. I discovered what life was really about through my children's eyes and hearts. I learned more than any classroom could ever teach me. I would also like to thank my siblings, the zombies, because I know that no matter what I do or say, they will always forgive, defend, and love me. Now I lost my place. I would like to thank the professors and staff at UW Fond du Lac for allowing me to make announcements prior to class and encouraging involvement, but most importantly, for sharing your passion and energy with us. I would like to thank the friends that I have met here on campus, because without that whiteboard, magic markers, and a good beer, I never would have passed math. And finally, I would like to thank my husband, Rob, because without his sense of humor, compassion, support, and encouragement, I never would have taken that first step towards an education, which is now leading me to a bigger and better life. In his own words, he's here to help me succeed. So, to go back to Guston's Intro to Public Speaking class, if you remember nothing else from what I've said today, I would like you to remember this one point. It is my most important point. Eat your vegetables. So thank you. Congratulations, class of 2012. Let's go out and make a difference.